Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Still, the end of the Volkov front is within sight. That is going to be beautiful. I mean, the sheer amount of men within here is absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely mental. And the sheer amount of corps, brigades, divisions, headquarters, airfields, the amount of equipment is going to be absolutely glorious to take. Okay. So we need to decide what we need to do now. I can't push back here due to the fact that I'm only using brigades. I'm going to hold on to Kostroma, due to the fact that it has the supplies and it's an excellent defensive position. I would like to push up to this rail line here just to sever it, but ultimately it's not needed. Right, so we have the 3rd Shock Army. Okay, so we need to move up the 4th Panzer Army headquarters. The reason being so I can then move up my airfield over here. Okay, now you're still within range, that's excellent. Now what I'll do is I'll move it up one more. Are you still within range? No, but I'll shift up one more hex. There we go. Okay, so now what I can do is... Let's see, if I can transport some fuel. So I can't carry any fuel at the moment. So what we'll do then is we'll carry some supplies in for this moment in time. Right. Okay, that'll do fine. It's a good way to gauge the resistance here as well. Right, we need to move up these forces. There we go. Now have a good concentration of air strength over here, which is going to be fantastic. I also need transports, actually. I mean, we do have a few transports down here. There we go, have the Romanian aircraft support the advance over here. Okay, now the Caucasus. So we have this force here, I'm going to use the Romanians to deal with them. There we go, capture the city of Krasnodar. The News Titans. There we go. Right, so we have the LIV core. I know obviously it's not how you actually say it. I just can't remember which Roman numerals they are. Bam 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 dun 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 dun. I need to get more of this music by this composer. He's absolutely incredible. And I'm actually going to watch the film Stalingrad for this. Fuck it. It's going to be awesome. Bam 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 bam. Keep these rail lines moving. And the good news is that we don't really have any cities along this rail line, so we're not suffering really from partisans so much. I mean, it's still quite the distance from here, to be honest. But it's still working out fine enough. I mean, we are just trying to make as much progress as quickly as possible. I need to try and follow up the advance of the Panzer armies. By the Panzer Corps. Okay, now speaking of Panzer Corps, we are going to move. Viking. Okay. God damn that range. So we need to surround these forces. I don't know what that is. We'll move with the infantry first of all, though. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. I mean, the sheer distance is going to be something of an issue if I'm not too careful. So what we'll do then is we'll use it to screen our advance. Basically, protect our flanks, which is the role of the infantry. Okay. Right, we'll have these function as 4 divisions. Obviously not the most measured advance ever, but the thing is we're just trying to protect our flanks and keep on pushing. There's really very, very little in the Caucasus, so if we try to make all speed forwards, then we should do fairly well. Now the thing is, I need to make the best use of my capabilities out here. I mean, we have a practically unlimited amount of space to maneuver here, so we need to make absolute maximum use of that. Okay. Now if I was to go around there, I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, so it's just an airfield. So I do somewhat regret doing that now, but oh well. I thought it was going to be like an actual unit or something. There we go, that works out fairly nicely. So we have these forces cut off. I mean, it's only like a few tank brigades, and they're going to be extremely low in strength. But it's worthwhile. We'll just try and deal with it in resistance. And that core was lacking fuel anyway. Right, I need fuel. Now the city does have fuel, it's also got a good supply base. Okay. So what we'll do then is we'll move to the city. Okay, these forces can protect our airfields. We do have the town here. Bit of supply. Indeed, the Italians can fight in the mountains. I mean, it gives us a nice amount of room to maneuver. Let's see, so we do have that. So I'll have this corps take control of the infantry. And then... okay, they're already assigned to this, awesome. Okay, just have that reassigned for the moment in time. There we go. Right, so there's two corps over here. They will probably retreat at some point in the future. Is that still held? Right, so there's definitely a unit there or something. Let's have a look. No, okay. Well, that's strange. I really thought there was a unit there, but okay, I'll just capture the rest of that territory there. So then there's only a tiny, tiny portion of the Crimean Peninsula that's not under our control, which is Sevastopol itself, the home of the Black Sea Fleet. There we go. Now let's see, can I drop fuel? Now this is the thing, they're directly attached to the army command here. I could really do a second, or like another Panzer Corps command. Right. We'll take the hit and then they can be moved down here, then this one can be fueled up properly. Okay. Is that the 3rd Panzer Corps? I'd imagine it probably is the 3rd Panzer Corps. Yeah, 3rd Panzer. Okay, so we'll have them subjected to the, well, subordinated to the command of 3rd Panzer Corps, and then the other forces can be changed to the other Panzer Corps. The reason being that I'd like to have these two corps being able to fuel up, and yeah, we need that. I can't just have them run from the Panzer Army. It's just not very efficient. Alright, there we go. Actually, what I can do is move that. Move that airfield. Okay. Have that subordinated. And that. Okay, sweet. Right, so we do have the capability to try and encircle these forces here. I may try. I don't think I'll try. It's a lot of effort there, and I mean, it'd be a good move, don't get me wrong. I just think it's a very bold move, and I don't know if it's a move I quite want to make right now. Especially, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Right, so 342nd. throw them across the river. There we go. So we have the infantry to support us from the rear here, so then that guarantees a safer and more secured line, which works out fine for me. Now, let's see. I could make the move for Stalingrad south here, which I think I might do. Worthwhile just to take the city. I also do want to establish my position there. Ultimately cut off this rail line too. Right, so the city is occupied. Or unless we just don't have the sheer capability to move there. Okay, that's that rail line gone. Oh, there we go, capture Stalingrad once more. Right, let's disrupt these headquarters. Okay. There we go. So, we've recaptured Stalingrad, which is fantastic. I do need to cut this rail line. Well, this rail line here. I mean, if I cut that rail line, then, yeah, that's the Caucasus kaput. There's absolutely no hope for them to receive reinforcements, and there's no hope for them to escape. Same for the north as well. They can't receive any reinforcements from the Caucasus, and therefore those fronts are now completely separate once we do cut that rail. Oh, they will be completely separate once I cut that rail, I should say. Okay. If it works, it works. God damn, for them to route like that. There we go, so that is the 35th Tank Corps now surrounded. Okay. They'll hold. Okay, I'd like to take Tambov. Interesting. Four divisions. Right, so I don't think we'll be able to take Tambov, but I can try to surround it, and then we'll be able to take it sometime after. I'm just gonna push the front line now. I need to put a lot of pressure on the Red Army. Okay. Need a stable front line. Let's see what we have here. Should have had them both attack together. Oh well. Interception? Force them across the Don. Or not. There we go, have those forces cut off. Yeah, I have far too many cores here. There must be a use of this core somewhere else. I mean, it's pretty much down here, really. I'll have that changed over to the 11th Army. Then I'll have it given troops in the future, so then we can split these infantry up even more. Right. Hit that hard. I was hoping we could rout it or shatter it. They'll hold. This is it. I mean, we're starting to really use our numbers against them now. The sheer difference in actual manpower is really, really starting to tell. Do 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 do. Right. So let's continue in the next move. So the Panzer Divisions are still fueling. And really, well, to be honest, I should have saved those admin points and used them. Interestingly, I mean, we do have spare cores all over, I just need to have them worked out and sent to different areas. Yeah, like these cores aren't balanced at all. We'll have to work that one out. But it's very expensive. Do a HQ build up there, start to build up some fuel in them, and then we'll have to run for them. Well, run for Saratov really. Stalingrad's already fallen, so it's a move towards Saratov really. I need the infantry to fold up over here, then we'll start to push. And then hopefully with the Panzers pushing onto Saratov, we could try to link up with the Panzers of the 1st Panzer Army, so 2nd and 1st, linking up. And then we could try to slam the door closed on this potential pocket. Okay. Have the Hungarian armoured form up. Not seeing much in the way of partisans. And then the amount of occupied territory is really definitely growing. It's going to a point now where it's getting a little bit difficult to administrate it all. Well, it's already at that point, let's be honest. Shift K. Our cavalry division has been a godsend. Shit. Oh, it's actually fine, so that means I can move it elsewhere then. That's good to know. Hamfer line never came into use, really. But it was good to have. I mean, I don't think there's much fight left in the Red Army. If we can shut the Volkov front before winter, then yeah, I really don't think there's much fight in them. But if we don't do it before winter, then I think we're going to find it very difficult to contain. Potentially more difficult than I would like. Which is a definite possibility. So we need to aim at shutting the Volkov front with all haste. Right. Have them start moving out. They can't move past that line. Okay, fair enough. Right, was it Shift 9? Or Control 9? There we go, Control 9. Okay, we have this rail line running south. Actually, let's see. I could link it up with this rail line here. But that's already been worked on, so screw it. Keep heading south. Keep supplies moving that way. Okay. Awesome. Right, there we go. Interesting. Let's cause some damage. Yeah, that heavy forest did help them. I was hitting the weak point of the pocket and just forcing it even tighter. $3,000 men. Ridiculously weak. Okay, so I have another division here. Bum 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 bum. Sweet. Oh, awesome. Damn, if only I had something just to break that. Oh fuck, I've scouted. Okay, so I mean we only have this short distance now to actually cover. So I think we don't even need to bother going up this way, we can just go across here. Which is really quite doable, and it's good. I mean, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. But we have some panzers right on the line. I just need to get fuel over here. We might be able to pull it off, though. If we can, that'll be amazing. If not, we can keep on going up this way and definitely secure it. It should be easier just to have, like, a full pocket rather than something like that. But we'll make it work. I mean, once we have this infantry over here, they can all shift up to the line, and then that's going to put an immense amount of pressure. But the Volkov front is... its time really is coming to an end very soon. It feels like a very quick turn, actually. I suppose because I already did half of it, well, the day before. Right. Some reinforcements. So we have the heavy panzers coming soon enough. Then we're getting some mounted divisions. The replacement infantry, replacement Finnish infantry will be quite nice. I could use them as like extra garrisons or something. No, panzer division soon enough. Okay. Yeah, but we basically received the vast bulk of reinforcements for the time being. Okay, I do feel like we're actually able to go forward. So we'll do just that. I've been able to break through there with the panzers at Cherhopovit, or Cherhopovit, how the hell you say it? Cherhopovit. Has really made a massive difference. It's the fact that I've reduced the frontage, and that's going to free up a hell of a lot of infantry. That's thousands, thousands, and thousands of men that can be used now to push up. That guarantees my panzers the ability to function as their flank is safe, more or less. Okay, there's somewhat aware of my 2nd Panzer Army. I do like to have the Panzer Army concentrated. I think the Panzers are by far at their, well, at their strongest by far when they are concentrated in sufficient strength. I'm very interested to see what winter could be like. I mean, the hell of December 1941. I mean, that was hell. I mean, we were being pushed back quite far. Alright, seems like they're going to try and break these forces out. How much they'll probably be able to do, let's be honest, they'll probably be able to do it. Oh well. The good thing is, though, they are concentrating their forces in that area, and I could just very well use the 1st Panzer Army to completely encircle that entire force there, that entire concentration of men. And if they leave the rest of the front weaker, I can use the infantry, well, the numerous amounts of infantry I have, to actually position myself in such a way to actually make that possible. As in regards to using the 2nd Panzer Army to surround that force. Bam, 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 bam. Makes no difference. Interesting move. Use a lot of force there for very little gain. Yeah, their time's numbered. I mean, they'll be able to hold out with the forts, but I'll just have them under siege. I do need to reallocate the support assets. A lot of them will have flowed back to either Army Headquarters or to the Grand Headquarters. So those support assets do need to be distributed elsewhere. Wow, look at that vehicle pool. 73,000 out of 72,000. I think it's very, very, very difficult, almost impossible for the Red Army to run out of logistics, but we might just push them there. Yeah, looks like they'll pull back. Once again in Stalingrad. It's going to take some time to reduce this massive pocket. It's like the disasters of Beelzema. Very easy turn there. We might possibly be able to end the Volkov front this turn, or at least trap it. Okay. Losses are minimum. Not minimal. I mean, only 441,000 men have been killed. Yeah, it took a lot of losses there, level bombers. Okay, no reinforcements. But next turn we received the Tigers. Yeah, see how more and more forces are now being considered cut off completely? Ba ba da da da. Ah, that's a shame. Ah, if you had more fuel. If if that unit's pushed out of the way, you might be able to do it. Okay, I guess a turn after to completely guarantee it. Right, let's take a look at that force dispositions. Well, concentrations. Ah! What are you going to call it? Right. Those AFE numbers are rising pretty quickly. I tried my best to keep it under control, but it's difficult. Right, so we surrounded a few tank brigades. Ah, they've actually brought some reinforcements. There we go. So we have the 50th 43rd Army. God, the NKVD. Bloody hell. And I could try to run through the mountains, but is that really like a wise idea? Not really. So the rest of the core can be used over here. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, right, I see. Hmm. Gotta keep these rail lines moving. I mean, the sheer distance now is incredible. There we go. Right, let's see. So capture that. Yep, I can capture that. There's a unit here. But that's oil and fuel. Alright, get rid of these. I can't have anything behind me. There we go, so we captured all that fuel, and we now have even more oil and fuel production. Yeah, so it's still 30, but if we go to captured, so oil production now is 13, fuel production there 14 technically is capacity, but obviously don't have that full capacity as it's damaged. But just look at the amount of manpower there, that's just crazy. But now we're taking the oil resources and fuel resources of the Soviet Union, and that's fantastic. So that's going to go into our fuel stores, and definitely help us out. Okay. I'm somewhat tempted to just do a HQ build-up here, which I will do. I think it's definitely worthwhile doing that, because then at least I can build up a lot of fuel there. In 100 and, I don't know, 100, 200, or like 150 probably, what it'd be like, is going to probably be enough to get us to the city of Grozny. Capture armaments, rail, manpower, heavy industry, fuel production, oil production. That's a lot there. Fuel, oil. Then we can capture the city of Makapaka Akawaka Mikamakamu. Yeah, that's all we need. Plus, that is the, well, there's only two objective cities left, Sevastopol and Baku. Sevastopol will fall in time, Baku will fall in time. Well, this is it, we are just advancing through the Caucasus now. Okay, let's reduce this pocket. God damn it. Yeah, 180% fuel there. I mean, this is what I was talking about. There's one division there, though. Right, so 10, 20, 30, oops, sorry, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, 110, 120. So there's 120 kilometers there, supposedly covered by one division. 120 kilometers. So, let's assume that that division's at, like, 12,000 men, which seems to be roughly like a Russian infantry division sort of standard strength. So 12,000 divided by 120, so that leaves 100 men per kilometer to guard. And then you're going against, like, yeah. It ain't gonna work, is it, pal? Dive deep. Right, so 7,969 men. So do the same calculation, so 7,969 men divided by 120. So that leaves 66.4 men, so 66 men per 100 kilometers, roughly. Sorry, 10 kilometers. Oh, per kilometer. I don't know, I'm a bit tired at the moment. Oh dear, you know what I'm trying to say. Trying to shut it, really. Yeah, that's a big advance. And this is it. Things are really starting to close around the Red Army now. Well, the work being done on the rails here is incredible. Oh my god, they're finally working on it. Yep. These forces are about to be destroyed. Hate when that happens. Oh, you son of a bitch. Cheeky mother. Really? Okay. Finally. These guards irritate me. Okay. Right, so that frees up more men there. I mean, this is it. We're already just eating away at the pocket. I mean, we can advance over there. If this is destroyed, I might be able to do something. And I'd do some reconnaissance, actually. That would probably help. Okay. But I mean, just down here alone, we have what? So that's 1 core, 2 core, 3, 4, 5 cores, 6 cores, a 7th, 8th core. So that's 8 cores right there, not even counting the divisions or that extra brigade and etc. So, I mean, that's already a lot of men. And then you factor in how many other men are in here. And yeah, it's pretty impressive. But yes, until next time, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again in the future. Do let me know if you'd like to see more down below in the comments, and what do you think to the plan so far. So, goodbye for now.